will my strategy stop working? Welcome back guys, Harry here, known as Tradesharpe. Today we're going to do an interesting video where I'm going to run through some questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram, a nice Q&A video, some really interesting questions about life, general things and all of this stuff. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So first question I'm going to read off here. After trading for this long, what's the hardest challenge you've came across? So the hardest challenge I've come across after trading for 4 years now is probably going to be a combination between increasing risk and at the same time wanting to be better than you were last week. When you're increasing risk, your results won't be actually as good as they were the month before when things were more relaxed. But it's kind of like the thing you have to do to maintain and to keep progressing in this game. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable zones, uncomfortable situations, especially with your risk and stuff. Let's move on then to the next question here. How to respond and to react to losing trades. Losing trades are part of the game. The minute I started treating my trading like a business, I look at losing trades as a business expense. Every business you have will have expenses, whether it's staff, whether it's software, whatever it may be, there will be expenses. In the market, our expense, unfortunately, is going to be a loss. So I don't treat it as something bad. I always look at, is there anything I could improve on? This far down the line, it's very rarely something that I could improve on technically. It's mostly probabilities, as this is a game of statistics and probabilities. So here's a good question. Will my strategy stop working? Now, this is a very common question I get, and people seem to think that one day if people keep copying my strategy, it's going to stop working. The harsh truth is that's not how trading works. If you're trading based on support and resistance, candles, and some sort of trend and structure, that will always be there. So no, it will not suddenly stop working. Will you have to adapt strategies? Yes, but that's your day, that's your job. Another question here is how to manage trades in profit is another question here. This is a very simple answer. Target your next levels, make sure you have your support and resistances marked accurate, and take profit at those. Don't close early. How much time to trade after news? I like to trade depending on how intensive the news event is. Most of my confirmations come on 15-minute time frame, so I will be using 15 minutes after news here. So next question here is how to mark proper support and resistance. Now, I do have videos on this channel, but I'll cover something quickly. I'm going to use my iPad here, and I'm going to draw out for you something nice here. So let's have a look at this. Support and resistance, fundamental in your trading, super important. What you want to understand is that you want to have one candle closing in an opposite direction of the previous candle, right? In order for it to create a resistance, and in order for a support, you need the opposite way candle to close in order for it to create a support. Now, that's how you're going to mark your support and resistance. So if we look at market structure, this is going to be your resistance, this is going to be your support. But when we're coming back, this previous resistance can still be considered even though we crossed through it. So those are some important things to know about support and resistance. Short question, but gonna get on to the next question. Here's a good question. Why did I choose trading? So why trading? So for me, it was a natural transition from crypto. I went aped in crypto at a good timing, expecting the asset to rise, which it did, which set me up pretty nicely here. Now, naturally, you were just making money as it rise day to day, but I didn't have really anything to do during the day. I tried to start some businesses as well, but those ended up break even and I just shut them down. And then after that, I just transitioned into Forex because I found it more consistent than day trading crypto. Next question here is how much do I make as a 23-year-old? Now, people talking about money is definitely a subject I like to keep more on the private side. What I will speak is about my own personal trading. Trading income, what's interesting about it is it fluctuates. Some days you'll make more, some days you'll make less. And that's why it's really cool, because sometimes you can make a lot more. I aim to risk around $1,000 per trade, and on average can make up to 20% per month. So it all depends. That's how trading income works. Would you recommend investing in real estate? Why not? Real estate is a tricky one. Personally, for me, I started investing in real estate only last year, as that's realistically where I had enough income to start. It's not easy to invest in real estate. Now, I would recommend it. I think it's one. Brick and mortar is a very safe investment tool. Picking the right projects, making sure to understand your yields, make sure to understand supply and demand. Stuff like townhouses and stuff like that cannot be built up, right? You can't build new towers around it. It will be a very, very good project because that's only the houses that are going to be available, unless they build different projects, of course, which will come into your research, but it's not like a tower which can get old. Townhouses would be a good product, for example. It's a slow process. Think about 10 years. Don't think about 1 year, 2 year. So yeah, definitely a great investment tool, part of my investment portfolio as well. Next question is, why did you decide to start the gym? I think every man should be doing some form of physical activity. Extremely important to go and challenge yourself, not only mentally, but physically, no matter if it's a sport, gym. For me, gym was a natural transition. You know, I initially went there for rehab of sport-related injuries and fell in love with the process of wanting to get better. Next question here is, why do traders sell courses if they're trading? Now, this is a really important one. Courses, I think, are done with. Now, if offering a service and being paid for that service is fine. I think we see a lot of the industry, you know, selling get-rich-quick schemes or selling a course where there's no interaction with them. They're just selling you basically YouTube videos. That is all done with now. So for me, you know, personally, the way I like to go about it and what I've done myself is I wanted to create a community where I enjoy being part of, where I want to create strong traders around me who is an environment that I would also help me get to the next level, help them get to the next level, and have a private community. I want a private network of traders, and I think that is more a good thing and should not be frowned upon as that's positive for the industry, positive, because at the end of the day, you will need guidance. Guidance is extremely useful, so definitely something super interesting. And yeah. So next question here is, what made you decide to start Pip Labs? Now, Pip Labs, if you don't know, is our backtesting software that me and my partner Antonio started. Now, it's the first online browser-based simulation software to practice your trading without risking real money. And yeah, you guys can try it out. Backtesting was a huge part of my journey, and I think it can help you guys as well. But gonna end the video here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment if you did. With that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace.